and welcome back to Rosalind's Kitchen and another Home Chef cooking vlog. Today we are making, okay, hang on, let me get this, Caprese Burgers, and they look pretty good. And considering that my dad and I were watching a program on all the best hamburgers in the United States, it got us very hungry for hamburgers, so I am making hamburgers today. So, what I will be bringing to this is salt and pepper, olive oil, a baking sheet with tinfoil and cooking spray, a mixing bowl, which in this case is going to be a little one, and a large nonstick pan. What they bring to this, potatoes, which will make my father happy, onion, tomato, pesto, mayonnaise, Italian seasoning, mozzarella cheese, buns, and of course, hamburger. So, let's get busy. Okay, first thing I am to do is quarter my potatoes lengthwise. And then cut them into half-inch pieces. So. Chop. Some of those hamburgers that we saw today, very unique, like a bison burger and a burger made out of Kobe beef, which I'm like, what a horrible thing to do to a wonderful piece of meat, you know. Burgers made out of pork, veal, turkey. Also heard about one made out of elk. I like pretty much anything you want, you can make a burger out of. Although some of them I'm kind of wondering why would you do this? And unfortunately, a lot of them included sticking jalapenos in them. And my dad and I are both like, why would you do that? It was a perfectly good burger and now you've ruined it with a jalapeno. But I know a lot of people love their jalapenos. Alright, so now that I have quartered that, now I am going to be tossing it. So let me get my bag to toss. Alright, so I'm putting my potatoes in my tossing bag here. And I put in a little olive oil. Okay. And I put in my Italian seasoning. Okay, and I put in a half teaspoon of salt. And a pinch of pepper. Alright. And then I massage them in. Yes. Alright, so these guys are getting massaged with some oil and some seasoning. And should make them really good to eat. After which, I put them on my pan in a single layer, they say. Fortunately, these guys don't seem like they want to sit on the top of each other. And I put them in the oven for about 28 to 30 minutes. So, let's do that. The oven is 400 degrees. Alright, so while those are cooking, I am to slice my onion, peel it, now I have never been quite certain what the difference between the onions are. I mean, I know there's a difference in like yellow, white, you know, Vidal, white ones are supposed to be sweeter or something like that. Not quite sure about that. But if anybody can offer me ideas on what's the difference, I'd appreciate it. Alright. Oh, almost forgot. Must get glove. Because we do not need any more injured fingers. And now I am to slice these. Yes? Oh. Cut them in half. Interesting. Okay, so cut them in half and then slice them in 1/4 inch. For this, I'm using the bigger of the two slice sizes on my mandolin here. So, slice, 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 slice. Ah! Quit. Seriously, quit it. Ugh. Probably doing this wrong. Alright, there we go. Now my onion has been sliced. My mandolin has been... Alright. Alright, so I've cored my tomato. Now I must slice it into 1/4 inch slices. Alright, so nice. This one you don't want to use force, because you will smush your tomato. And I don't want a whole bunch of slices, because you're only going to be using like 4 of them. So I'm going to save the rest of my tomato for maybe like bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. So here's my tomatoes, because they're going to be going on my sandwich. And now I must get a little thing to put my tomato in so it doesn't like dry out. Alright, so now I'm going to be combining my pesto and my mayonnaise. So basil pesto, I have discovered, is really quite good. I mean, I think it tastes good. I have started making a spread with it all the time for my sandwiches that I like a lot better than, say, regular mayonnaise. In spite of the fact that Daphne never fails to look at it and go, "What is that stuff?" She thinks I'm crazy. I probably am, but, you know, I'm likable. Sort of. Alright, so now that I've put it together, now I must mix it together. Mix, 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 mix. Now, I'm going to put it and my tomatoes in the refrigerator so it doesn't, like, get hot. Okay? I'll be back. Now, to open my hamburger, and it says to form them into patties, which I think they're kind of already patty. Alright, come on you. Come out of there. I know you're in a patty already, so don't fight me here. No? Yes. 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 Sometimes they come apart easier than other times. Alright. Alright, there we go. Reassembled and patted down. Okay. Try to make sure these guys are big enough and flat enough that when they cook, they don't become so thick that they can't be eaten. Because that's something Daddy doesn't like. He's like, how do I get my mouth around this thing? So, and some of the hamburgers we saw today on TV, oh my word, those were big. I mean, we're talking like that big, just the hamburger. And then they added more stuff to it. You know, you can't get your mouth around it. So anyway, now that I've got that, now I get 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I season. Alright, there we go, that's one. Okay, come on. Come off of there. Whoop. Alright, good. And whoop. There we go. And season the other side. Alright, so now they have been seasoned. Now I need to start cooking. So let us move over to the stove. Alright, so I've got my pan over medium heat. And now I add some olive oil to the pan. And I warm the pan up. And then I'm going to kind of caramelize my onions. So, and while that is happening, I'm going to take my buns. Let me see, it says while they cook. So they haven't started cooking yet, so I need to wait. I gotta wait till the pan's hot. Sometimes it seems like it's all about waiting. Alright, so now my onions should be ready to start being cooked. So spread those little guys out. And I'm going to be cooking them for about 7 minutes. Now my buns are going to need to toast for 2 to 3 minutes, so I'm going to wait just a little bit on those guys until just before. Okay, guys. You have start caramelizing. while they do that, I'm going to do the dishes. So, I'll be back. Alright, so my onions are now caramelized. Now I push them off onto a plate over here. Not too far from where the heat comes out of my oven, so that they won't get cold. Get off of there! I'm having a fight with my thing here. And now I'm supposed to wipe this down and reserve. Meanwhile, hang on, where'd my paper go? There we go. All right, get my buns. And come here, bun. My bun is fighting me and letting all the heat out. There we go. All right, continue. All right, so now I have returned my pan to the heat, and now I put a little olive oil in it. And now I add my hamburgers. There we go. Now these guys are supposed to cook for about 44 minutes per side. Meanwhile, my potatoes should almost be done. So we will see what we will see on that. We'll be back. Okay, so I now return to my preparing spot to put the mayonnaise, pesto mayonnaise, on my burgers here. I'm going to put more on mine than my dad's because, again, we don't like a lot of sauces. Now I'm going to put my tomatoes on it. Now my burgers that I already put my mozzarella on, and it's a good thing I put the mozzarella on it because my burgers were trying to fall apart on me. Now put the caramelized onions on. There we go. Ah! Caramelized onions on there. My caramelized onions kind of went everywhere here. There we go. Okay. Up high, down low. Alright. Now put my buns on it. And get my potatoes. This is what it should look like. This is what it does look like. Now let's find out, whoops, what it tastes like. I'll be back. Well, this one, both my dad and I agree, probably the best hamburgers we have had in a long time. So definitely an excellent! Tomorrow, it'll be chicken, but it'll be chicken different. Not exactly as they intended it. We'll see. Bye!